was an emotional roller coaster.
Tonight, families who have been fighting relentlessly for answers from the owner of Bellwood Memorial Park Cemetery in Temple are finally getting some. The Jurasic family has now been given their money back for their son's headstone that they ordered 2.5 years ago, along with others who have been given their money back too.
News 10's Madison Harper has been working on this series for almost a year now. She joins us tonight. Madison, for the first time, you met the owner in person and talked to him about righting these wrongs.
Yeah, the owner, Ray Harper, declined to be interviewed on camera, but he did talk to me about how he is working to fix these issues. In my last report, I told you that Harper called me and told me that he was in the process of selling some land that would pay for a complete restoration. He says that land has since sold, and his #1 priority was refunding or fulfilling any outstanding orders. He says that part is taken care of, and now he is putting money into landscaping and maintenance. If you've been to the cemetery before June of this year and go to see it now, you will notice the difference. But as for the families, well, they see the refund as a Band-Aid fix for years worth of scars. And even with the money back in their accounts, they face new challenges in trying to figure out what to do next.
For 2.5 years, the Jurasic family has fought in the dark to keep their son's memory alive. And after exhausting every effort to get answers, they decided to write a formal letter demanding a refund.
And within, I think it was like 2 days, I think it was like June 26th, I believe, I sent the letter and then got the check on the 28th.
Shelby explained to me that after fighting for answers for so long, you start to make peace with the possibility that you may never get any.
So I opened the mailbox not thinking anything of it because I mean at this point it had been 2 months practically, almost the end of June. So it was weird when I saw Bellwood, so it was an emotional roller coaster.
And even with their money back, the weight of their trauma continues to pull them down as they try to move forward.
I don't think it'll ever be a happy place. Of course, cemeteries really are never happy, but it's just somewhere we wanted to build a sandbox. We wanted to, go out there and say, hey, let's go play with Bubba and stuff like this. And now it's just 2 years of fighting for something to make it a happy place. Like, do we even want to make it a happy place at this point? Because we're not 100% sure if we want to keep the plot. We also don't know what that looks like in those regards. So we're not sure what to do yet.
And per their lawyer, their battle with the cemetery ends with the refund. They can no longer pursue any charges or suits against the owner.
If he were to go up against anything, we could be witnesses.
And they are prepared to do so, if need be.
These were the last photos that he took with the boys. This was their first day of school.
7th grade and 5th grade.
The Miller family lost their patriarch in August of 2022. Tina Miller chose Bellwood so her husband could rest forever next to his father.
We started getting ghosted after, it was probably 6-8 months.
Her fight is painfully similar to the Jurasics and all the others I have interviewed for this series. After hearing that Shelby had gotten her refund, Miller was on a mission to finally get her family a resolution too.
I noticed that there were cars at the cemetery, and I was like, once I dropped him off, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop by there. I don't know who's there, but I'm gonna go talk. The secretary was in there. He happened to not be there. Ray happened to not be there, and said, well, he's out doing some errands, but he should be back shortly. So I was like, I'll wait. And he offered to go ahead and get the ball rolling and get it ordered. But I was like, absolutely not. You've had almost 2 years to make it right.
And she walked out of the office with a check in her hand. But her fight for peace, too, is far from over.
We're now almost 2 years later. Prices have gone up.
The money isn't easy to come up with in the first place, and now they are prepared to come out of pocket hundreds of dollars more.
It's going to be about $1,200 more to get almost exactly what we had ordered originally.
So they can finally close this chapter and have a place to honor their husband and father.
That's the one thing that can make it a little more, a little more final, a little more at peace.
And Shelby says that she'll take the refund, but too much damage has already been done for her to feel satisfied with this result.
Still feels like your head's barely above water type of thing. It's just like, stop and put yourself in my father-in-law's shoes, and then put your daughter in my shoes. Like, how would have that made you feel if somebody you were trusting with almost $3,000 to take care of your grandson at the time, how would that make you feel?
According to Harper, every outstanding order has been paid back in full, or the order has been fulfilled. If you have someone you love at Bellwood Memorial Park and are still waiting for a resolution, please reach out to me at the email you see on your screen right now so we can work to get you your money back. Harper also says he is in the office and ready to take your calls if you would like to give the cemetery a call to get that refund. I also reached out to the Department of Banking, and they say that the emergency cease and desist that was filed against the cemetery at the beginning of this year is still in effect. This is my third expansive report into what's happening at this Temple Cemetery. For a deeper look into what these families have experienced and the cemetery's history with the state of Texas, just search for Missing Memorials on our website. I'm reporting in studio, Madison Harper, KWTX News 10.